Oh, my lovelies. I don't know if anyone's across yet. How is everyone doing? Is the sound okay? Sadly, I haven't been able to do Facebook, so I will admit that. I haven't been able to do Facebook. It has literally only come out on here. Who is here? Because I cannot see who is here, by the way, guys. Because it is obviously thing. Hey, Shawnee. William's not here yet, so I do apologise. So I've had to still go, obviously, along with it because Shawnee's not here. Shawnee's not here. William's not here yet. If he does turn up, I'll add him in. So I thought we'd do a bit of a question and answer type thing. Hey, Emma. If that is okay, my lovelies. So I thought we'd do sort of a question and answer type thing about the supernatural. If you want to ask about, I know a lot of you were really interested in the podcast me and William did. So if you want to ask about any of that, do come along, do ask, my lovelies. Do ask, my lovelies. Sadly, I haven't been able to go live on Facebook. It turns out that's actually a paid thing, so I will be sorting that out. So yeah, if you have any questions, thank you, my lovely. So if you have any questions about it, how would I cleanse the spirit out? So basically, it depends on the spirit, Shawnee. So this really is a massive thing. So it does really depend on the spirit. So basically, for me personally, I would go in and I would do sort of so basically first I'll go in and figure out what type of spirit it is. So is it just a family member visiting? Is it a shadow person, or is it a daemon? Obviously I don't call them demons, I call them daemon. So I'd need to figure out what spirit it was first. And then basically I would do, depending on it, I would do either a spiritual cleanse. So I would go in and I would do like just a normal cleanse, and then just leave white light, sort of push it out with white light. For some other ones, it takes a lot more, especially as we were saying about attachments and stuff. So then I need to figure out whether it's an attachment. There's actually a lot of work to it, to be honest. But some of it could include spells, so doing spells for the person. Some of it just a cleansing of the home. Some of it I wouldn't be able to do as well because of the person's beliefs. So there is times where I may struggle with it because of the person's beliefs and stuff. So it's sort of like a mix of all sorts. It really does depend on the type of spirit it is. For me personally, I've not yet found a spirit that I can't tackle. But yeah, it depends on the spirit. It depends. I think I should say it depends on the severity of what they need. So it does depend on the severity of what they need. So like a couple that I've done, I've not even had to go to the house. I've been able to do it actually from far away. So yeah, it really does depend on what they need. So I'm just taking note, making sure comments are coming around. Right, Don't believe in that, Emma. Don't believe in that. First thing first, don't believe in that it's a child. Do never, ever go straight to, oh, it must be a child, just because you're hearing a child say mum. That 90% of the time is a mimic, and they can actually be very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So key is cleansing your home. Yeah. So key is cleansing your home. Key is putting up protection. But the trouble is then we need to figure out if the mimic's managed to attach itself to anyone in the home. That is another thing we need to do then. Right. This is one of the hardest things. Yes. That is actually one of the hardest things. So for someone like me as a clairvoyant, I can go in and see. I can see the darkness around it. I can feel the energy. They will even try with me to pretend to still be that family member. But because I can feel that dark energy, I will speak to you and I'll say, look, was your family member a bit like this? Were they a bit like that? And you'll say to me, no, they were the most loveliest person in the world. They were absolutely really nice, really kind. And I'll be like, this ain't them then. This is not them. And this is one thing that we actually spoke about, myself and William actually spoke about on another podcast. Hopefully he will be here soon, bless him. I do keep an eye out for his message just in case there's been an issue with the link or something. But as we were saying on that podcast, they will try and be as nice as they can to you to trick you. So they will try and be as nice as they can to trick you, to pull you in, you know. So if you're a very mummy figure, they may come to you as a child. If you're very attached to a certain nana, they'll come to you as a nana and stuff like that. They're very, very devious, especially the dark ones. So, Emma, you might be using lavender, but are you using it correctly? So this is something we speak about in the group. Every door needs to be open in the inside of your house. So the bedroom, everything, all the doors need to be open. You then must have a window open in every room. So every room must have a window open. You need to make sure that the smoke touches nearly every area of that house as you're going round. Make sure it touches nearly every area of that house. That is really, really important. It not just corners, I mean the whole room. I don't mean like, so I start and I go like that. I do a pattern like that, sort of like a zigzag. Well, I was actually more say the Greek sort of pattern in every single room. Obviously, for me as a witch, I do a little bit extra. Salt lines at the door so that negativity can't come back in. Cleansing everyone that's going into your house. So cleanse everyone that's going to be walking into your house on a regular basis is another key. So making sure they're all cleansed, making sure they are outside the house, and then when they walk back in, they've got everything cleansed. But make sure you salt line. So don't salt line after you've cleansed, the salt line just before you've cleansed. So basically walk everyone out the house, salt line, cleanse them, and walk them back in. All of that is key. Head to toe cleansing. You can use crystals to stop them, but you do need to be cautious and make sure you're using the crystals for the right things. So things like amethyst actually can bring in spirits. So even though it's a protection one, it can actually bring them in. Ones like snowflake Amazon. Yes, lock-in mirrors. Well done, Shawny. I love the fact you've remembered that. Lock-in mirrors is so important. Lock-in mirrors. I regularly lock my mirrors. I lock them once a month because they can bring things through as well. And all that is salt water on a cloth, wipe it all down, and cleanse the mirror. So that is quite simple, unless you're like me and you have spells and all that you want to do with it. So you can use any salt. You can use any salt. So you can use table salt, anything. While you're going round though, you need to make sure you're in a good headspace as well. So making sure you're in good headspace. Yes, Shawnee, anything with reflection. I even do it with my TV screens, I do it with my monitors, anything with reflection. I do it with a lot. I lock it all down because that is a mirrored space. So yeah, so any salt is really, really key. It's one of our biggest helps to protection because it's the most pure thing. So it is a massive, massive key. Absolutely huge. Um, the other thing is to protect yourself is so locking mirrors, all you need to do, cleanse it, salt water, pop it on, make sure it don't smudge. So best to use a microfiber sort of cloth. Hey Emma. Microfiber cloth, and then basically so cleanse it again. So even though you've cleansed it once, salt water, cleanse it again. I sometimes leave crystals on my, so I'll leave something like a clear quartz because that'll soak up all negativity trying to come through. So clear quartz or obsidian is really good. Not snowflake obsidian, but just normal obsidian, onyx, and that sort of ones. So yes, I've been practicing witch since I was 14, sweet. So I've got a lot of knowledge of it. There is some great books about it. There is some great ones. The issue I find is like amethyst, it'll tell you it's for spiritual for protection, but it also actually helps spirits. So it actually can make them stronger. So I find a lot of this, I've sort of got a lot of this knowledge. I used to share it, but sadly it didn't get many views. I hold my hands up, so I stopped sort of sharing it. But it is great to have this knowledge. And yes, if you've got me on Facebook, TikTok, give me a message, sweet, and I will help and guide you. We ain't got a problem with that. I love guiding people. I love helping people through their spiritual journey. I don't like mirrors either. They are one of the biggest places that I've seen spirits. Like crystal balls. You've most probably noticed my crystal ball's been put away. And that's because I had so much struggle with spirits coming into the house ever since having it. And I was having to cleanse even more regularly. So I've now put that away. Oh, thank you, Emma. Oh, you made me all shy. Yeah, I'm very much I'm big hater on mirrored windows. I fucking hate windows. I hate windows with a passion. Like there's sometimes where I look out a window and it just feels like something's looking back at me. Yeah, see, we've got one, but I lock all mine. Emma. So I do lock all mine. And believe it or not, TVs actually have crystal quartz already in them. So they've already got a crystal in them to soak up all negativity. I believe it's crystal quartz. I've made me question myself now. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they've already got crystal quartz in them. Yeah, windows are one of my biggest pet peeves. Windows are absolute awful. I'm drinking Pepsi. Pepsi, I promise it's cherry Pepsi. I'm not being naughty. I'm not allowed to. My health at the minute, I'm not allowed to. I know, it's so unfair. I like my Pepsi. I like my alcohol, even. Not encouraging drinking. Not encouraging drinking. Okay. I'm guessing there's a muddle up on the time. So yeah, it's I know. Yeah, Emma. So a lot of people don't realize like your phone has a lot of gold in it as well. So your phones have actually got quite a lot of gold in it. And gold is, I can't remember what gold stands for. See, now my metals I'm not as good at. Purity, prosperity. If I'm honest, I would clean it first, Shawnee, with a glass cleaner. Oh, yes, I like this one. So I don't believe in demons. I believe in daemons, which everyone says are the same thing, but one's from one religion, one's from the other. Myself personally, I believe that possessions are true. So I am a big believer in believing that possessions are true. I Possessions do depend, they're not what we think are. And this is one thing that I actually really enjoyed speaking with the veteran witch about, was the fact of that possessions aren't like everyone thinks, where they take over the inside of the body. They actually don't. So a lot of the time they're sort of leaning on the person and you'll see them sort of tapping their head and things like that. So possessions aren't what people think, like the films show that they are. So it's really, really good. I really enjoy the fact you've asked that. Demonic demonic possessions, for me personally, they are daemon. So that is things like the caress, the fury, etc. So that is what I personally believe. Um, so and they're not easy to get rid of. So I will just say they're not easy to get rid of, especially if you have people. It's hard to prove as well. It is very hard to prove. Um, Possessions, I call them attachments, so I don't call them possessions, I call them attachments, purely because the word possession petrifies people. So attachments, it, it's it's a hard one to say. They are a very tricky thing to deal with, very, very tricky. They also can be it's also about mental health. So you've got to watch about someone's mental health. So if you've got to know the person, so I like to go in, I like to get to know the people. This is why I hold my hands up. Sometimes it can be quite expensive for me to come in, and stuff like that. And if I noticed all of a sudden their behaviours is changing and stuff, I will speak to them about hormone imbalances. I will make sure they've gone to the doctors, have all this checked, etc., before I actually do anything. So, believe it or not, Emma, that doesn't drain me as much as tarot. Shock horror. I know. That doesn't drain me as much as tarot. That's why I'm sort of going towards that way. I think that's what my gift is for. Even though I'm an excellent tarot reader, I think that's what my gift is for. Yeah. So I actually took someone's attachment on around March this year, because I couldn't just get rid of it. It just wouldn't leave the person. So I had to take it on to deal with it myself. And it was an amazing experience, I will say that. And it taught me a lot about having a proper attachment rather than what I thought I had was an attachment. This was a proper attachment. And it taught me a lot, but that didn't drain me nowhere near as much as doing all the tarot I did in October and November. So yeah, but I don't know whether it's because I was classed as misusing my gift. So I don't know whether Apollon classed it as I was misusing my gift, which I think I could understand if he did. Um, yeah, so I could understand if he took it as misusing because he was the one that blessed me with the gift of being an oracle. And I think now I understand it is that oracle gift is meant to foresee not the stuff that I've been foreseeing. I've been using it on, oh, I'm going to sound really nasty here, but I've been using it on trivial stuff. Please excuse me, my Snapchat is going off like nuts. Yeah, so I've been using it on really trivial stuff. When you think about it, we're not meant to know some of the stuff that I've been using it on. And in a way, it is, I know it's not trivial to you guys, the same as when it happens to me, it's not trivial. But to the gods and goddesses, they're like, really? You want to see about that? Why are you wasting your gift on that? So I think they've sort of like seen it that way. They've sort of seen it as I've been using it wrong. And after the fact, I'm getting more and more attachment cases now, and more ghosts are showing up and stuff now. I think that's their sign of we want you to go this route. Oh, oh, surely now that's a question. Where would my dream place be to go anywhere? Transylvania Castle, Dracula's real castle. I'd love to go ghost hunting there. I don't know why. I don't even know why, but I would love it. See, I don't think ghost hunting is a nightmare for me. I actually thoroughly enjoy ghost hunting. My problem is I want to keep it real, and I think people are going to find that boring. Because I am keeping it real, I think a lot of people are going to find that boring. I know, I'm weird, you know, Shawnee. That is one of the major problems. No, you're fine, beautiful. Yeah, so I think for myself personally, it's going to be hard keeping stuff real because obviously to get a big community here on YouTube, sadly you have to fake stuff, and I don't really want to do that if I'm honest. So I'm having a hard time at the minute, sort of deciding. I'm old school, so me and Emperor have been having rows about this. I am old school. It does beautiful. It does. Emma, bless her. Emma brought me my cup. Can't really see it properly. I am old school. So I am crystal balls, pendulums, tarot cards, all that type of thing to speak to ghosts and spirits and demons and stuff like that. Whereas Ant likes the new age stuff. So old school is using tarots to speak to the dead. Old school is also using crystal balls. So the stuff that you consider, you know, when you think of back in the day mystics, seances, that is my type of thing. But I think that's because I can see them. So I think because I'm spoiled and I can see them, that is why it is my type of thing. Whereas for Ant, because he can't see them and he struggles to see them and stuff like that, for him, I think the new technology sort of gives him a route to them. I'm hoping that makes sense. Hate the sound boxes. You know that, Shawnee, that I hate spirit boxes. I know someone thinking something. No, yes, I am brilliant. Oh, I love another great one. So basically, some attachments attach themselves to someone. Can I ask? Yes, I'm hoping you'll be able to answer me quite quickly, lovely. Can I ask, is that person a very narcissistic, toxic person? So there is a reason that I'm asking this. There is. Oh, he isn't. Oh, that's worrying. I've just realised how much I've changed the way I'm reacting. That is worrying. So basically, if they are nasty and toxic, usually what you find is they have an attachment to them. It's drained all their white light and they're now a black soul. And now it needs to drain white light off others around them. But if it's not managed to drain him and it's draining others still around him, that is one strong thing. It's either that or it's using him to get to other white lights. Does he have any other symptoms, lovely? I say, does he have any other symptoms? You might not know what symptoms are. So it could be something attached to his house and it's just draining all of you. So it's not actually attached to a person, just attached to the house. So it could be that. Is he okay when he leaves the house? There is a reason I'm asking this. I'm so sorry. I'm just diagnosing someone in front of you all. Yeah, I Emma, I think right. So this is a great one. Yes, again. So his house needs an exorcism. So it's not him, it's the house. So basically, they've got a spirit there that doesn't want anyone to be there. So it's draining anyone that's in that house. So it's draining them. So basically, the house, someone needs to go in, someone like myself that's clairvoyant needs to figure out what the spirit wants and hopefully pass them over, or they're going to have to attach it to something and take it away. Um, oh, see, I know you've no longer got your attachment. I do know that, sweet. Oh, see, I know in your house there's that area in your bedroom. Oh, really, Emma? Yeah, so basically, we can come in and we can take that spirit, attach it to an object and take it away, or we attach it to ourselves and take it away, depending on how nice it's going to be, basically. Which is actually one of the reasons with the Warren Museum why all them objects are still haunted, because they've likely bound it to that object. Yes, your bedroom. I didn't know whether you wanted me to say. I think yours, I'm gonna have to come to yours at one point. No, you can cause an attachment through memories, and usually we'll see that as a double of you. So it's like looking at your twin. Um, but basically, the reason why you can cause that, but that is a lot of, that's actually one of the hardest ones to get rid of, Shawnee, to be honest. That and generational generational attachments. Oh, bless him. I hate hearing that people have got them attached and stuff. I am going to have to arrange a visit to Emma's at some point. No, that's PTSD. Straight away, I can tell you that is. I'm going to sound like a cunt. I'm going to have to bleep that out. I am going to sound awful, and people might think I'm awful saying this, but no. So basically, living in the past, that's a problem with you. Living in the past, reliving the past, that is a problem with you. That isn't a problem with the an attachment. So problems with attachments is things like obsession. This is where you need someone to go in and go mental health. You know, I'm qualified mental health and stuff. No, no, that's fine. It can. Do you mean oh, I think I know what you mean. You're on about residual energy, Shawnee, aren't you? Ones which it's just the building, where it's just the building's energy. Am I having a dark moment and not realizing what Shawnee's meaning? So residual energies, if that's what you mean, Shawnee, yes, they can come across as an attachment to you. So things like Anne was like obsessed with got a spirit in our house because every Sunday night we smell bacon or toast. So he was obsessed. Like in between 10 and 11, every Sunday night we smell bacon or toast. So he was obsessed we had a ghost. And I was like, no, there's no ghost here. And he was like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And I was like, yeah, no spirit at all. It is literally what is going on there is a residual energy. So I says it's the house memory. I can't figure it out. I need to come to your house, sweet. I need a day where I'm free. I need to come to your house. That sounds dodgy, don't it? Honestly, it's not. I am going to help her. I'm not going to go and stalk her. Exactly, Shawnee. Exactly that. Exactly that. Exactly. And that is the thing. That is it. Burning rubber. Is it certain times, Stacey, or is it just random? I do. I need to come to yours, Emma, and sort it out fully for you, sweetheart. Yeah, see, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. And sometimes I'm going to hold my hands up, guys, right? Sometimes cleansing, etc., it doesn't stop what is there. That, funny enough, yes, is what Emma gets. He's suddenly coming out with stuff, isn't he? He's suddenly surprising us with stuff. It can be scary, sweet, but don't be scared of it. Hey, Hev, you right, gorgeous? Don't be scared of it, right? Because these things breed on fear. They love fear, all right? They absolutely love fear. They breed on it. They literally just love it. Fear is their favorite thing. Fear and white light are their favorite two things. Fear and white light. They want to darken the world. And one of the quickest ways to darken the world is actually to make you have fear, to make you lose hope. If you haven't got hope, you've got nothing at all. So one of the ways to darken you and to get you and feed off you quicker is to make you lose hope. And that is what fear does. I'm good, thank you, Hev, sweetie. Ooh. See again, so what I would do with that, Stacey, if I didn't know your dad's place was haunted, personally, what I would do with that was I would advise them to go and get their nose checked, their sinuses checked, etc. I would sort of like have to suggest that just to make sure. Obviously, with your dad's place, I nearly passed out when you sent me the bloody photos. So I do know it is haunted, like major haunted. Um, I'll never forget that. So yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, this is the problem. You've got to go in and you've got to debunk the place before you say, I don't, I'll hold my hands up, right? For me to come out and check a property, it's 50 quid, right? For me then to cleanse it, it's anywhere from 150 to a grand, right? The thing is, what makes me laugh, and I'll hold my hands up here, guys. What makes me laugh is obviously I offer that free. So I do offer that service free. They're going to let me YouTube it, but not many want to YouTube it. Do you blame them? No. Um, but this is the thing. You've got to go in and you've really got to debunk it first. You've got to go, is that in your head? You know, you've got to treat them like they're insane, like they've got schizophrenia. And I know that sounds awful. It was really bad. I'll never forget that. Honestly. She's like, I'm nearly going to snap you. Yeah, please don't. Please don't. Please don't. I'll open that up and I'll be like, again. I think though now I'd be prepared for it. I'd know to have my white light up to defend me. I think that'd be the good thing. Okay, yeah. So it could be any object. So it could be even something as small as that. It can be any object. Okay. The attachment won't go to the object unless it likes the object. So most of the times I sort of suggest dolls, boxes, that sort of thing. So attaching it to the object can be quite difficult, if I'm honest. You've got to bind it, which I don't know what they would do in Christian terms because that side of it doesn't really get shown. I know in Jewish they use it a lot, and they do use it a lot. And I know in Islam they use it a lot because what people don't realize is a genie is actually a jinn. So when we actually have all these shows about genies, they're actually jinns and they're put into jars. So for me, it's finding something to actually, all right, beautiful. It's finding something to bind it to. I will then use a spell and I will ask Hecate to help me and Hermes to help me. And maybe depending how strong it is, I will ask Hades or even Persephone. And then I will bind it to something, depending on how strong it is, with their help. I then find sometimes I don't have to, so sometimes I can force it to actually separate. With their help and with their guidance, I can force it to separate from the person. And this is one of the things that it can be quite a difficult process, especially if they don't want to. That is one of the hardest things because you've basically got to force them. So, yes, I don't know how old you are or anything, lovely. I'm not open on this live, I admit that. So one of the things that for me personally, I would say is if you've got a 2-year-old and you're struggling to change their nappy and they're doing that wiggling thing, that is what it's like fighting against. You can't grab hold of it and they're going all over the place spreading their shit. Jasmine laughed at the right time then, without even knowing what I was saying. So that is what it can be like. So you've got to literally force them with your white light, with your power, everything like that. You've got to force them into it. And this is where, for me, it does help having these binding spells and stuff. Because I then can get into an area, put a ring of salt around it, and force it that way. It's not as easy, but they love me. Yes, so I hold my hands up because I am a natural white light. Well, I am a pure white light. I'm not a natural white light. I do a lot of work on it. Because I am a pure white light, the moment I offer them attachment, they love it. They literally want to grab me, because I give them what they want. You know, I'd give them a lot of power. A lot of power. But they're not allowed me. They don't realise I'm tricking them back. That's actually a bit evil. It's not nice, actually. I don't know what my kid's doing. Best evidence I've actually seen is actually not even Jasmine's picture. Best evidence I've actually seen is my video on the boys. So that is actually the best evidence. Yeah, she got some good evidence, but the best evidence is that. No, it's fine, Emma. So this is the trouble for you guys. It'd be hard to know. Obviously, some of you can feel energies. So I don't know why I'm saying you guys, but some people that'll be watching this can feel energies. One is the feeling. So if you feel heavy, it can make you feel heavy. It can make you feel tired. It can make you feel depressed. You may suddenly have suicidal thoughts. So that sort of thing gives me a sign it's bad. Good spirits, there shouldn't be any here. They should be over in the meadows, having their life, enjoying themselves. So they shouldn't actually be here. No good spirit should be left on this plane unless you didn't bury them correctly. Or actually, no, because they turn bad if they have a bad death. Yes, Hev, if you've not protected yourself properly, yes, astro protection can. Oh, bless you, yes. My daughter did this. She's a hairdresser. So I'm very spoiled. I'll hold my hands up. Thank you, yes. I will say this is two different colours though. So the top's slightly different to the bottom. Made it all pretty now. So yeah, it is. There's so much to go. Hev, you'll want to watch this week from the start. It's silky because I don't wash it too much. I mainly only condition my hair. Thank you. Ah, stop it with the compliments. Look, I'm going red. I look like my chair now. Molding. I don't deal well with compliments. But you've managed to all make me shy now. I know, beautiful. I know it's been crazy there. Though, we answer some of your questions. All right. So, well, obviously, William, for whatever reason, isn't here. I'm hoping he's okay. But we do answer some of your questions, my lovely, through it. The guys have been great and they've actually asked them. I honestly, I don't deal well with compliments. I don't. Um, so I'm going to ask. Oh, thank you, my sweet. Is there any other questions that everyone would like to know before I disappear? You're more than welcome, sweet. I know there were a lot of questions that you wanted answering and understanding. And as you know, just message me if they're not answered. You are beautiful, I'm afraid. You are still slightly grey, but we'll get you sorted. Oh, bless you. Awesome. Well, if there is any, you guys know how to get in contact with me. So if there is any, feel free to ask. Next week we have Jeff from Murder of the Crows investigation. Cannot wait because I'm sure someone has said that he's had something to do with the Warrens. And if anyone knows, I I love the work that Lorraine Warren is the way I'm going to word it. Um, that Lorraine Warren tried to do. I know it wasn't exactly done perfectly. I'm trying to word it all very nicely without saying that, you know. Um, but yeah, so do I. So do I. So I'm trying to be cautious because I know a lot of people are going to come for me like, you're clairvoyant and you love the Warrens. Um, what, the meditation group suite? All right, let me have a look at it, sweetie. I'll see where I can fit them in, my darling. Emma, you've always got scatterbrain, beautiful. Yes. Actually, if you watched my vlog, so my vlog I posted the other week, I actually was having a staring contest with a Viking in Barnsley. I was literally having a staring contest with Barnsley. Well, I was thinking about bringing them back, Emma, but I didn't think there would be much interest. Sweet. So I was thinking about bringing them back, but I'll be honest, I didn't think there'd be much interest. So now I know I will have a look. Yeah, I'll sort that out, sweet. Yeah, I was having a staring contest with Viking. It's gonna be staying on YouTube. So do you want?
Yo, me and my dog costume.
Don't swear or anything.
You can't see me. Hey, you're an actual dog.
Honestly, nutty child. Honestly. So yes, she's the one that actually did my hair. Awesome. I'll have a look, sweet, and I will look into that. R Emma, M, Hev. Yeah, Callie likes anything. R Stacey, R Shawnee. I'm not sure who else is here. Oh, and someone called Yes.
What?
I like their name. It's nice and simple. Oh,
Oh, you can show it.
I can show it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yes, you've just helped me teach something. I was trying to show my little...
Hi, Emma.
Love you all too. I will do. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Honestly, good job on Mama's.
Thank you.
She was refusing to cut the fringe in as well, but I'm glad she did now, didn't we?
I'm so warm. Been doing panty dancing.
We've had you.
Sorry. Sorry, love. My bed might be broken as well. Right.
As I said, guys, we've got Murder of the Crow investigations next week on with me. I would really enjoy it if you come and join me again next week. Really, really love it. And don't forget, guys, to keep sparkling.